Get ready for the hottest sports news as we dive into Juventus's impact on the Italian national team with Hasan Salihamidzic, track Randal Kolo Muani's pursuit of a move to Turin, uncover Tottenham's Dusan Vlahovic contract saga, and hear Marcelo Bielsa's high praise for Juventus. Don't miss a second. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Former Juventus star Hasan Salihamidzic is weighing in on how the club's current struggles are directly affecting the performance of the Italy national team. Could the old lady's form be the key to the Azzurri's success? Meanwhile, Juventus appears to be pushing harder for Eintracht Frankfurt's Randal Kolo Muani than for their own Dusan Vlahovic, with reports suggesting Kolo Muani is willing to wait for a move to Turin. What does this mean for Vlahovic's future and Juventus's striking options? And in shocking transfer news, Tottenham Hotspur might be receiving some bad updates on their pursuit of Dusan Vlahovic as he inches closer to a new deal with Juventus. Plus, we'll hear what the legendary Marcelo Bielsa has to say about Juventus. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Juventus's form is the thermometer of football, and when the old lady isn't at her best, the national team follows suit, declares former Juventus star Hasan Salihamidzic. He's opened up about the deep-rooted connection between the Bianconeri's performance and the strength of the Italian national team. Historically, Juventus has been a cornerstone for the Azzurri, consistently providing a significant number of players to the squad. However, in recent seasons, the club's downturn has visibly impacted this relationship, with fewer Juventus stars earning regular call-ups. Salihamidzic points out that the old lady's struggles mean their players aren't always selected ahead of talent from other clubs, and the increasing number of foreign players at Juventus further dilutes Italian representation. This shift mirrors Juventus's diminished standing, a far cry from their past dominance. The former player is optimistic, though, stating, "I'm sure Juve and Italy will return to the top," but he hopes it's after crucial upcoming playoffs. The club is determined to rebuild this influence under Luciano Spalletti, aiming to restore both Juventus and the national team to their former glory. Don't go anywhere, because what happens next could shake up the transfer market. And speaking of Juventus strikers, could a surprising name be heading to Turin instead of staying in England? Randal Kolo Muani is willing to wait for Juventus, while contract talks with Dusan Vlahovic stall, reports Fabrizio Romano and Matteo Morto. Juventus hosted Vlahovic's father for contract renewal discussions, but the summit failed to resolve the striker's future, leaving him to weigh significant interest from abroad. Meanwhile, Kolo Muani, currently on loan at Tottenham, is pushing for a return to Turin, despite lucrative offers from outside Europe. His priority remains a reunion with the old lady, having been impressed by their January pursuit and his former teammates' calls. Though Tottenham couldn't secure him in January, Kolo Muani isn't part of PSG's plans, paving the way for renewed negotiations. Rumors of a swap involving Jonathan David are circulating, but Juventus's primary concern is finding a solution for Lois Openda, who hasn't convinced manager Luciano Spalletti and was a costly summer acquisition. Securing Kolo Muani is seen as more urgent, potentially opening up opportunities for Vlahovic once other transfer dominoes fall. The exact asking price for Kolo Muani remains unclear, making much of the current speculation premature. Even if they secure the French forward, Juventus can't afford to offload David until they have certainty about Vlahovic or other striker targets, as they'll need at least two forwards. But is Dusan Vlahovic really looking to leave Turin? We have a major update that could change everything. Could the North London club be eyeing another Juventus forward if Vlahovic stays put? Tottenham Hotspur have just received some big news regarding the future of their long-term target Dusan Vlahovic, reports Gazzetta dello Sport. With just 97 days left on his Juventus contract, speculation about the Serbian striker's future has been rampant. Despite strong interest from Barcelona and the Premier League, Vlahovic is reportedly prioritizing an agreement with Juventus over a free transfer, and optimism is high in Turin for a new long-term deal. Talks are expected to accelerate during the current international break, which is significant bad news for Tottenham, who have been identified as one of the frontrunners to sign him on a free transfer. However, Vlahovic isn't the only Juventus forward on Tottenham's radar. Reports indicate they are also monitoring Jonathan David, who hasn't made the expected impact since joining the Bianconeri. Juventus may be willing to cash in on David to fund squad improvements, but Nottingham Forest and West Ham are also reportedly interested in the Canadian international. Will Vlahovic stay in Turin, or will Spurs pivot to another target? And what about the legendary Marcelo Bielsa? We'll reveal his surprising take on Juventus next. One of the biggest clubs in the world is how Marcelo Bielsa describes Juventus, according to Juvev.com. The iconic manager has shared his high regard for the Turin Giants, emphasizing their global stature. Bielsa's praise highlights the enduring legacy and significant presence Juventus commands within the footballing world. His comments come at a time when the club is navigating its current challenges, underscoring the deep respect and admiration the team commands even amidst fluctuating on-field fortunes. This recognition from a figure of Bielsa's caliber speaks volumes about Juventus's historical importance and continued influence in the sport. We've covered transfers, national team links, and legendary praise. But what's the biggest story from today's roundup? Stick around for the wrap-up. That's all the top stories. Juventus's form is tied to Italy's success. Kolo Muani is pushing for Turin, Vlahovic might be staying put, and Bielsa hails Juventus as a global giant. What a show! Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more breaking news, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, drop a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our social media channels.